So welcome to this video. My name is Alex, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about what is really going on this planet, in our civilization. Now, of course, there are probably hundreds of thousands of videos on YouTube telling you what's really going on, and they could be on a very varied different subjects with a different focus, talking about different issues on different levels as well. But we need to look at the fundamental level, the most fundamental level of what's going on, because that's the only way that we can deal with it, that we can untangle ourselves from this very complicated situation that human beings find themselves in at the moment. So that's what I'm going to talk about, the fundamental level, what's really going on. And it's pretty obvious. There's a battle between good and evil. Now, the really important thing to understand here is that evil is extremely clever. I mean, extremely clever. More clever and intelligent than anything you could, anyone, any person, any being that you could possibly imagine. So manipulative, so deceptive, knowing all the tricks, all the tactics to fool you, deceive you, trick you, control you. That's evil. Evil is deceptive and manipulative and controlling by nature. And so it's really important to understand that one of the greatest tricks that evil has is getting us to look in other directions. It wants to deflect the attention away from itself because it doesn't want to be seen as evil. It doesn't want people to recognize that it's evil, because once people recognize that it is evil, it can't carry on deceiving people and manipulating them. As soon as you realize someone's manipulating you, you can't be manipulated anymore. So for evil to continue manipulating most of us, then it has to divert the attention away from itself and say, oh no, those are the evil ones, or that's evil over there, but no, I'm good, and this is, I stand for goodness, and what I'm doing is about love and goodness, so I can't be evil. The evil ones are over there who are opposing me. And this is the biggest tactic that is kind of obvious. We're seeing this all throughout the media right now, is that finger pointing. So much finger pointing and laying blame. And if you really want to know who the good guys are, they're not the ones laying the blame at the feet of others. The good guys are the ones who are encouraging people to become a better person, encouraging people to do what strengthens them, what empowers them and makes them a more loving, giving, noble, honourable, generous creature. And so if there are people making videos saying, pointing the finger, those are the bad guys and those are the bad guys, and look at what this person has said and look who they're hanging out with, and they're so on and so forth, then you're wasting your time looking in that direction. If you're consuming videos which are constantly laying the blame at the feet of others, and I'm not saying those who do that are the evil ones, so to speak, who are trying to deflect attention away from themselves, but they're caught up, they've been tricked, because evil, as I said, is very clever and tricky. They've been tricked into this game. Evil's roped it into this game where we're busy wasting our time trying to kind of grapple with evil and trying to prove something, when what we really need to be doing is encouraging people to do that which empowers them, that which enhances their character, so that they can be a force for good in the lives of the people around them, and also so they can be lifted up themselves, so they're not in the darkness and they're not suffering and they're not feeling weak and vulnerable and scared, but they're feeling empowered, they're feeling encouraged, they feel like they want to make a difference and to lead by example. And essentially that's what we all need to do. So we're really wasting our time when we're pointing our finger at that political party and those political groups, and I'm not blind. I can see who are the deceivers. I can see who's really trying to divert their attention away from themselves, and get everyone looking at the supposed bad guys who are actually the good guys. It's kind of obvious if you understand the tricks of evil, you understand its clever manipulation tactics, then it's pretty obvious who's working for evil and who's not. And I don't want to take this down to the personal level and where people are essentially sucked into something and it becomes their reality. They believe it, and then they become a mouthpiece for what they believe. Sometimes we become a mouthpiece for fear. When fear takes a hold of us and we're afraid, we want to do the right thing, but we're afraid. We're acting as an ambassador for fear without even realizing it. And fear isn't just, kind of curled up in the corner, biting your nails, terrified of what's going to happen. Fear is anger. Fear is blame, criticism, judgment, tearing people down. All the ugly sides of human nature, arrogance. It all has its roots in fear, which essentially is darkness in our heart. When there's darkness in our heart, then these kind of characteristics become predominant. They kind of dominate our personality. And so the essence of this video is truly to understand this battle between the light and the dark, good and evil. Because evil wants to tear things down, it wants to blame others, it wants to take our attention away from the fact that it's trying to pull us down. It's trying to pull us into this petty squabble, all these petty squabbles we see online between this celebrity and that celebrity and this group of people and that group of people. They're petty squabbles between children. We need to grow up, we need to stand up, be adults, and realize what our real responsibility is. Our real responsibility is our own character. Enhancing, improving, bettering our own character so that we can bring more light into this world, so that we can bring more genuine love into this world, so that people can genuinely trust us. They can hear that we're coming from a genuine place, that we genuinely care, and we're not motivated by anger. If you're motivated by anger, then you're not really helping people. Now, I understand that anger can be a motivating force in our lives and make us take action, do something, get up off our asses and kick into gear and do something that's important. But we shouldn't throw that anger outwards into the world and at people. We can let it motivate us, but we've got to stay centered in wisdom, intelligence, respect. This is something that's really missing in our society, and especially in the media, is respect. We need to respect others. Even people who are spewing hatred or trying to destroy other people's lives. It's hard to be respectful of those kinds of people who are doing terrible things. The most respectful thing you can do if someone's doing that is don't give attention to them. Don't bring attention to them. You know the saying, all publicity is good publicity. Don't bring attention to people who are weaving a web of darkness, trying to cast aspersions and, bring people down, criticize them, judge them. Focus on being a light, because you have that capacity. You are a human being with a heart, and you have been given the capacity to share your light in a way that inspires others, lifts them up, makes other people want to be a better person, shows people how they can be a better person. And we lead by example. I think that's obvious. We have to lead by example. You can't encourage people to be a better person and then be childish and, be constantly criticizing others and, belittling others, and you're just encouraging people to be the same as you. You're saying, well, this is my example. This is what it's okay to do. And if you're a person in a position of influence and you're doing that, then you're missing your opportunity to really lift people up and really help people make this world a better place, make society a more pleasant, respectful place. Just imagine if the whole world was like you. Okay? Now, would that be a nice place? So just really honestly assess your own character, your own thoughts that go through your mind every day, the things you think, the kind of words you speak, the tone of voice you speak to your family, your children, to other people in, and multiply yourself by 6 billion. Is that a world you'd want to live in? Because a world I would want to live in is a world where, well, firstly, that people are respecting each other, respecting each other's freedom of choice, but also where people are really focused on being the best person they can be, being the most generous person they can be. That's their prime focus, is being the most giving, honourable, decent, respectful, compassionate, honest person they can be. I want to live in a world full of those kind of people. So my responsibility is to be that kind of person myself, and to encourage others to be that kind of person. And you can do the same. But it's no use just putting out the words and not making the change, not elevating your own character. You have to elevate your own character. And it's God that helps us do that. It's the divine light of God, the love of God, that when we allow it, when we invite it into our heart, and you could also call that light, the light of God, Christ, when we invite that light into our heart and ask it to make us, to purify our heart, ask it to make us a better person, a more loving person. When you really want that, when you really say honestly, and you can say with full honesty that what you really want is to be a more loving person. I just want to be a more loving person. If you really feel that, if that's a heartfelt desire, and it's your top priority, then it will occur. God will help you. He will show you your weaknesses. He will show you where you can become more patient, how you can become more patient, more forgiving, less aggressive, less intolerant, more generous with your time, with your gifts, with whatever you have to give to others. He will show you, but you have to want it. The big question is, do you want that? Do you want to become a more loving, honourable, decent, honest, giving, compassionate and selfless person? Because nothing else will change our world like that will. That desire spread out among millions, billions of people. If we can transmit that to others, encourage others to want that for themselves, want to become a more loving, giving, tolerant, patient, forgiving, respectful, honest person, then that's what will drastically alter our society, drastically change our world. But it starts with you. Are you willing to wholeheartedly focus on improving your own character, becoming a more loving person? Because that's your responsibility, and no one else can take that for you. No one else can do it for you. You need to decide that's what you really want, and then let God help you. Because you can't do it by yourself. You cannot do it by yourself. I assure you. I've tried. There's a lot you can do for yourself, because you make your choices, and you are the one who maintains your disciplines or surrenders your discipline. You are the one who has to make the choices. But your heart, then it's God which will flood your heart with the light and the intelligence and the consciousness and the courage that you need. So invite God in. Even if you don't believe in God, say, okay, God, if you're real, I want to become a better person. I want to become a more loving, encouraging, patient, tolerant, giving person and more honest person. Please help me improve myself so that I can shine for others and encourage others to do the same. And He will. I promise you, I guarantee you, if that is what you want. So the ball is in your court. Okay, thanks for watching this video. I wish you well, and God bless you.